All right, so tell me about how did y'all meet?
Oh, we both worked for the telephone company in the pay station department. That's where they counted all the money for that they put in pay telephones, which they don't have anymore. But anyway, that's where we met, and we worked together for about a year. And then when we got engaged, Charlie had to be out of that. We couldn't work in the same facility, so they put him outside. And what did you do when you went outside?
I was what's called a cable splicer's helper with this phone company.
What was that first time that you saw Granddad, or Granddad was the first time you
We
saw
didn't even
Grandma?
like each other. He yelled at me all the time. Because that's it did because the when we were counting the money it would run over and the bags would run over and he'd have to come pick it up and he was not happy about that. So he said a few choice words to me.
What age did y'all meet? How old were you when you first met?
I was an older woman. I was 20 and Charlie was 19.
That's when we got married. When we met,
Well,
we were much younger.
Well,
I
it's
was
just
18 and you were 19.
Yeah, that's right.
When was the first time that Granddad asked you out on a date? Do
I
you
think
remember?
I asked him out the first time. I had tickets to the policeman's ball at the beach on the pier. That's when there was that pier down there, and the old pier had a ballroom in it and everything. And we went there and we danced, and I had gotten under a sun lamp that day, and my face, I was totally burned up. I didn't know you had to get out quick, but I was totally burned up. And so, bless his heart, he still took me and he still loved me anyway. Well, that was our first date.
What's the perfect date night?
Movie, and then go out to eat after the movie. And that seems to be that now. But it used to, and if we didn't have money to do that, just to go out. We could go out and take a walk or
We had a walk
ride
from
down.
Walmart.
Yeah, go down to the beach. She loves to walk on the beach, and I'd sit and wait for her to walk on the beach. And it's just been time to be together. That's it. We found out you didn't have to spend a lot of money to have time together and enjoy it.
Well, years and years ago, we used to square dance. We did that a lot. In fact, our kids square dance too. And that would be, a fun date night. But then later on, we took ballroom dancing, and we used to go dancing every once a week.
Have y'all ever gone to like a restaurant or something where you can dance?
If only they had them again. We used to go to this one restaurant, it's over Phillips Highway now. I think it's a strip joint. But anyway, back then it was really nice. It was called a Charcoal Steakhouse. And they had music and you could dance, you could eat and then dance. I would give anything if Jacksonville had something like that now, but they don't. We'd go to the George Washington Hotel to the Rainbow Room and have dinner and you could
Chateau.
dance there. And the chateau at the beach, which is not there anymore, which is a shame.
Hurricane took it down.
I don't know if we danced at the chateau, but I do know that they had music. They had Jean Nordine that played the piano, and he's still playing the piano around somewhere now, I think. But those were good times.
What's like one of your favorite like date night dinner now?
Steak.
The steak, well, yeah, steak, but I like prime rib. I like to get a standing rib roast and cook that and have Yorkshire pudding and just probably green beans, and that would be it, and it would be wonderful.
How about you, Granddad? Is that one of your favorite date meals?
She always had the roast or something like that. And of course, when I was a kid, we never had steak at home, so I never had steak until we got married. So that's probably why I like it so much.
We used to have steak, but it was country fried steak. It was like cube steaks with flour and gravy on, cook it like that. But as far as having a nice sirloin or T-bone or something like that, we never did. Even when I was growing up in Georgia, we never had that.
And Granddad, what about you? What was like some of the food? Like, what were some of your favorite meals that you remember? Like,
Frances used to win all these free meals on the radio. She'd answer the call in, and so it was always different restaurants. Some of them were, it might be a simple hamburger to a complete meal, meatloaf or something like that. Always spaghetti, but she was pretty good at winning those things. So we got to go to 3 or 4 different restaurants with free meals, and that was great.
I think one of the restaurants that I think you'll probably agree that we really like to go to was Strickland's in Mayport.
Oh, yes.
That was the old Strickland's.
That was the best then. Back then, that was the restaurant.
Yeah.
what kind of food did they serve there?
All seafood, wonderful seafood, and it was right on the river, right on the river next to the ferry, And of course, I think the building's long gone now, but it was popular then, and we enjoyed going there. In fact, we celebrated Charlie's 19th birthday there. We had a birthday party at Strickland's. I was always raised cooking. I mean, my mother always had me in the kitchen. Fried chicken was my main thing, though. That was what I liked to do best. Back then, we didn't have chickens at the grocery store. The chickens were live, and my mother used to go out in the backyard, and she would take that chicken and she would wring its neck like this, and it would fall on the ground. It would just flop all over the ground, and then she would take it and put it in a big old pot of boiling water. And then our maid, Louise, would pull all the feathers off of it, and then mother and get it all nice and clean. And mother would bring it in the house and cut it up, and that was the best fried chicken ever.
Did your mom make fried chicken a lot?
Every Sunday we had fried chicken and potato salad, snap beans, and strawberry shortcake, or either banana pudding.
Well, that's the way we were raised. You had your at least supper together all the time. And like I said, a lot of times with later on, it might be the only time you get to talk to them. At supper time was the time to reflect on how the day was doing and what they needed, what they what they wanted to do and what they couldn't do. It was just a time to be together.
Is that some of your favorite parts about family meal, or is that like your favorite part about
Yes.
eating
Yes,
together?
absolutely.
What's one of your favorite meals of all time?
I think Thanksgiving. You know, everybody just goes all out at Thanksgiving. It's always a feast.
For dessert, we'd always have pecan pie.
And pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
But Christmas is always what we have over here. I fixed a meal on Christmas, and we have it on Christmas Eve. The whole family plus others too come over. It's just good friends, and we all share the birth of Christ with a big dinner. And it's always fun. Everybody brings stuff, but we have food all over the house.
Tell me about Monday night dinners. What are those?
Sunday, we don't cook. We either go out to eat after church, or we just have something to snack on here at the house. But on Monday, I really want to cook, and that's when I fix a big meal, and my daughter and her husband, their kids, if they're in town or around, they all come. Sometimes other friends come over, and we have a gentleman friend that's 98 years old, and he comes every Monday night. And of course, my son-in-law's mother comes, and it's just time for chatting and talking and laughing and joking and just enjoying fellowship. I think their favorite meal is when Charlie cooks grills chicken on the grill.
What started Monday night dinners?
Part of that Monday night dinner was when we would invite people over that didn't have anywhere else to go. Like I just referred to our 98-year-old friend. His wife had died, and he didn't have anything to do on Monday night. So it started out with him. He would come over. Then I thought, my Mark and Susan would come over too, and their kids. And then when Mark's mother moved to Jacksonville, she was alone. She was a widower, and she would come and eat dinner with us too. And sometimes other friends come in, sometimes they don't. Sometimes only 2 or 3 people come, but it's always a good time of fellowship.
And then last question, which grandson do you love the most? And which grandson do you wish you could just get him out of the family, just throw him away?
You know what?
Barnaby.
I'm not gonna say that on grounds that it might incriminate me.
Okay, all right. Well,
sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. Oh, but that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song.